All right, there we go. We are live and welcome. I'm actually going to come a little bit closer. Ignore me playing around because I got a brand new setup. Quality of this camera is absolutely amazing, by the way. So I got a new little webcam setup, my new Sony ZV-E1. Absolutely love it. But now we are coming live to you in full color, full clarity, no more garbage webcams. We have upgraded. Anyway, we are here to talk about the lies that your favorite fitness influencer is telling you. And this is what these people do. They lie through their little teeth, but you're going to have to wait a minute to get the goods on that because we got a couple of things to cover. Number one, you got to subscribe to the channel. You got to turn those notifications on and join my membership program. You get all kinds of stuff, all kinds of perks from the membership program. So make sure you get on that. Also, make sure you comment. People know I got my little comment section set up right here. My laptop's right here. My phone's right here. Not my phone. I'm not using a phone. I'm using a really fancy webcam. But I will answer questions. So if you've got any comments here, I will check it out and I will answer any questions that you have on demand. People that follow me, people know I will answer anything. Oh, and get me some supers in. Supers help me make money. Supers allow me to go live more often and do all that kind of stuff. So away we go. We will start the live now. Business is conducted and let's get started. So the number one lie that your favorite fitness influencer is telling you, and I actually posted about this today on all my social media platforms, that they only work out 3 times a week, or actually not that they work out 3 times a week, because they don't say that. They tell you it's okay to work out 3 times a week. They'll tell you, oh, it's okay if you can only get 3 sessions this week. If you can't get 7 sessions, show up 2, show up 3, you'll still make progress. That's the biggest load of BS and the biggest lie in the fitness industry. Here's the deal. They're not showing up 3 days a week. No way, no how. You think, and I want you to picture your favorite fitness influencer, right? The one with the shoulders, the one with the pecs, the one with the abs, the one with the great glutes, the one with the legs that you are dying to have. You really think that person is showing up 3 days a week? You think they build that body on 3 days a week? You see the stuff behind me right now. We got my fight shorts here. This is from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You got some fight shorts from a world championship I won in the Ring of Fire. You got some Dallas Cowboys stuff here. Now, I never played for the Dallas Cowboys, but these are fully autographed helmets. One guy right here, Tony Romo, incredible quarterback. I believe he had a Hall of Fame career. But here's the deal. You really think like I got in these fights because I was showing up 3 days a week and just kind of half-assing it? You think the Dallas Cowboys, like the people that signed this helmet, you think they got to the NFL by just practicing football 3 days a week? Like, that's pure BS, and you know it. 3 days a week is not enough. So I get that these fitness influencers, they're trying to sell you something. They're trying to tell you that, hey, you can show up 3 days a week and you can see a great amount of success. They're trying to make it as easy as humanly possible. And why are they trying to make it as easy as humanly possible? Because they want you to buy their thing. But that's not reality. Reality is you got to show up every single day if you want to get better. Like, that's the way it is in life. I talk about Jeff Bezos a lot from Amazon. In 2002, 2003, 2004, when he was grinding to make Amazon the biggest thing in the world. And by the way, no one knew what Amazon was in 2003 and 2004. Actually, a lot of people knew it as a bookstore. How many weekends do you think that guy took off? Like, this whole attitude of you want something, but you're not going to work for it. It's pure BS. So get it out of your brain. Like, everyone wants something handed to them on a silver platter, and it just does not work like that. So let's cut it out. All right. So that's the first lie they're going to tell you. We got a question here. Bobby, do protein shakes spike your insulin? Trying to lose weight. I'm 225, want to go to 190. I'm 67. Not sure what protein shakes are a good choice. All right. Well, Richard, here's the deal. I'm actually going to look up a little link here, and hopefully I can post it on this live for you. Let me see if I can find it, but I'm going to link this to what I actually take. All right. So let me go find this right now for you. All right. So looking it up. Luckily, I'm organized and I know where everything is. And I got a whole little cheat sheet for you here. All right. Give me just 1 second and I got this. Boom. All right. Here we go. Here you go. All right. Let's put this little link in here. All right, this link right here. You click that link, Richard. That's a protein powder I like. It's a brand I absolutely love. The taste is killer. The taste is key, and that's everything for me. I was actually looking. I have my water cup here. I don't have my protein shake with me. I finished it already, but my favorite recipe is that. Click that link, that flavor of protein, CTC, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You mix that with a little bit of coffee, a little bit of raw milk, a little bit of cinnamon. It's absolutely unreal. Now, there's a lot of stuff you threw at me with your questions. Don't worry about your insulin. Technically, anything with carbohydrates in it will, spike your insulin a little bit, but I wouldn't even go down that rabbit hole. This is a lot of the nonsense that fitness people are trying to sell you. Here's the only thing you need to worry about. If you're trying to go from 225 to 190, you need to worry about total caloric consumption in a day. People will talk about insulin spiking. They'll talk about you'll hear stuff about intermittent fasting. You'll hear stuff about macronutrient ratio. You'll hear all kinds of stuff about nutrition, but it's really, really simple. And it comes down to what I call the law of thermodynamics. If you're burning 2,000 calories a day and you're only consuming 1,600, you're going to be in a net deficit of 400 calories. Now, I'm going to get my phone because I like math. There are about, depending who you talk to, 35 to 3,600 calories in a pound of fat. So if there are 3,600 calories in a pound of fat, we're going to divide that by 400. If you make a deficit of 400, it's going to take you 9 days to lose 1 pound. That's a pretty reasonable math measure. Now, it doesn't work exactly like that because it's multifaceted. We got to take into account sleep, hormones, genetics, how fit you were in the past, blah, 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 blah. But the bottom line is if you're looking at losing some weight, you're looking at getting down, you got to create a deficit. Now, let's do some simple math. You're 225, you want to get to 190. So 225 minus 190, 35 pounds of fat times 3,600 calories, we'll say you got to create a deficit of 126,000 calories. So let's say you create a deficit of 500 calories a day. That's what you want to create. Let's divide that by 500. It's going to take you 252 days to lose that weight. I'd say that's actually really good progress. Like if you could lose that amount of weight in 250 days, that would be a great, great achievement. So just worry about creating the deficit. Don't worry so much about your insulin spike. Here's what I want you to worry about. Just a couple simple rules. Number one, pay attention to your calories. At 67 years old, if you're really trying to lose that weight, I probably wouldn't want to see you over 1,800 calories a day. So 1,800 calories a day should be about your upper limit. Number two, make sure you get a gram of protein per pound of body weight a day. That's going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you feel full. It's going to help fuel your muscles and prevent muscle catabolism. So you're looking at about 800 of those calories, 850 of those calories are from protein. So lots of lean steak, lean fish, lean chicken, and then stay away from processed food. If you can do those things, you can limit your calories to 1,800. You can have your protein. You can limit processed food, and you can exercise every day. I promise that weight will just melt right off you. Another question, Natural Born Yeti. How do you find your cholesterol levels eating all the meat? Do you eat any fruits and vegetables? Yeah, I actually eat a lot of fruit, a lot of red berries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. Absolutely love them. I enjoy bananas. I have avocado. I like arugula. I had a great salad last night with some arugula, some beets, some grapefruit, stuff like that. Not that worried about cholesterol from eating meat. Cholesterol is mainly genetic. Like how you eat may affect your cholesterol. Depends who you listen to on this. It may affect your cholesterol. I'm going to say 10 to 20%, but for the most part, your genetics influence and your exercise habits influence your cholesterol. So I'm not really worried about it with the meat, especially if it's lean meat. A lot of times when you hear people say, that meat will increase your cholesterol. Well, yeah, like what kind of meat are you looking at? If you're sucking down fast food all the time, like when you go to McDonald's, for example, and people are like, oh, you eat red meat at McDonald's, you have burgers, that increases your cholesterol. You sure it wasn't all the soda? You sure it wasn't the fries? You sure it wasn't the processed food? You sure it wasn't the type of person that eats at McDonald's every day is probably really, really overweight and has bad genetics and blah, 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 blah. And that's what's causing the problem. So I'm not worried about some clean meat bumping up my cholesterol. And actually, these are great questions, by the way, because this fits right into the theme of the lies that these fitness people tell you. All right, Ivan, faithful follower of yours. All right, buddy, you are a member of the Maximus tribe, the Maximus army, the Maximus nation, the Maximus, like whatever you want to call it. You got your little badge. That means you subscribe, so I appreciate it. Preferential treatment for you for the questions. Do you usually train in the morning and afternoon on Saturdays? And which division uses the upper body and lower body both in the morning or the afternoon? So in general, my training program, I train every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is upper body. Wednesday's upper body. Friday is upper body. Tuesdays and Thursdays are lower body. And the days of the week, I always work out twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. In the morning, it's usually a strength-driven activity. So this morning, I did some incline bench press. I did 10 sets of 5. Tonight, I will do a Holy Trinity. I'm big on the body weight exercises. I actually do a Trinity type workout 3 to 4 days a week. It's a 20, 30, 45-minute hour set of push-ups, pull-ups, and dips. So in the morning, strength. In the afternoon, I do some type of body weight activity. Legs on Tuesday and Thursday, same type of thing. The morning might be a deadlift or a back squat or a front squat or something like that. In the afternoon, I actually do a lot of Bulgarians and Nordic curls right now, sport-specific type stuff. If I was you, I don't know if I do the same thing every day like I'm doing, but it works for my sport. So it's kind of what I stick to. On Saturdays and Sundays, I only work out once. Now, I say I only work out once. It depends how you define a workout. Like I go for a walk on Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes I'll do jiu-jitsu on Saturdays and Sundays, so it might not be one true workout, but it's one weighted workout. Generally, right now, Saturdays, I'm doing lower body. I'll again do some Bulgarians. I'll do some reverse lunges. I'll do some Nordic curls. Sometimes I'll do some fat bar work. It's kind of actually a fun day for me. I just get in the garage. I've got a really kitted out garage gym. I'll do a live from there one of these days and show you guys what it's all about, but I absolutely love it. So I'll do like a lower body workout. And then on Sunday, I do an upper body weight only workout. And generally Sunday is like fun day, right? I shouldn't say fun day. It's like I'm multitasking. So yesterday I did a bunch of pull-ups, did a bunch of dips, did a bunch of push-ups, but I also, while I did that, I cleaned my tool room. I organized my garage, did a bunch of other stuff. So like basically how that works, I'll do a set of pull-ups, a set of dips, a set of push-ups. I'll do an errand. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. How that works out is a workout that would normally take me like 45 minutes. Maybe it takes me an hour and a half. Maybe it takes me 2 hours, but I get a bunch of stuff done too. And that's how my week works. All right. So that's kind of how that works, but great question. Now, yep, genetics got me. DS, tell me what's going on with your cholesterol. I might be able to help a little bit more. Is it that you've got high LDL, you've got low HDL? Like, what's the issue? Because if you actually have high HDL, you don't need to be as worried as a high LDL number. The kiss of death, honestly, is really low HDL. And you're going to increase that. Exercise habits, not smoking, not drinking, and honestly eating a lot of good, healthy fat. So just something to consider. All right. So the number one lie fitness influencers tell you is that you can work out 3 days a week and it's totally okay. It's BS. You got to do some type of exercise every single day. That's just the reality. Miguel Da Silva, you got a badge too. I love it. Dropping by to say hello. I am well. Thank you very much for the support. So appreciate you stopping by. And Diaz, you say you're on Crestor and Repath. I can't see because there's like a little heart there, but If I was you, in terms of you want to manage your cholesterol, number one, I would eat really, really clean. I would get rid of processed food, especially processed carbohydrates, like all kind of refined sugars. Sugars from fruit is fine, but I get rid of a lot of processed sugars. I'd make sure I'm sleeping 8 hours a night. I'd make sure I'm dealing with stress adequately. And I would make sure I was exercising in some portion every single day. And I'd make a good bulk of that cardiovascular in nature. I think a combination of sprints and low and slow work. Oh, and omega-3s. Omega-3s can really, really help, especially when it comes to diet. So let me look at the omega-3s I like here. Here we go. I like this new setup, by the way. What do you guys think about the new setup? Let me know. So this is for you, DS. Omega-3s. Here is a link. All right, there we go. And there you go. There's a link for omega-3. So try that. Richard, awesome. Got a super in, the first super of the live. That's what I want to see. Listen, back to business. Subscribe. Turn the notifications on, get me those supers. Those are the things that help me do this and just talk to you like real. If you like this info, if you like this value that you get from this, like this isn't free, man. Like here's the thing too. Here's another lie fitness influencers tell you, all related to business. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Like sure, you're logging onto your YouTube and you're watching this for free, but it's like not free. It's costing somebody something somewhere. Like you're paying for this somehow. You have to watch ads or you got to do whatever. But like for me, like this just isn't free. Like this takes time out of my day. And so time is money. And it is a real cost for me doing this. So supers help support me so I can do more of these. Also get memberships to my channel. The memberships really help me eat too. So if you value this content, if you want to see more of it, get the memberships in, get the supers in. Richard, thank you very much. And Richard, make sure you stop by again, because I would love to hear and see your progress. So the number one lie we had about fitness influencers was that you only have to work out 2 to 3 times a day. That's BS, and we all know it. You got to exercise every single day. But let's talk about what a workout is. I don't expect you to be throwing up every day. I don't expect you to throw yourself on the fire every day. I don't expect you to even do a hard workout every day, but you got to exercise every day. So you got to move. You got to walk. You got to move. You got to do something. So maybe Monday, it's Monday today, you're feeling great. You do some weights. That might be the workout today, and you go really, really hard. You're a little sore tomorrow. Don't feel you can lift weights. That's fine. Go for a walk. Do something. Get off your butt and move. The next day you feel good again. Go hard. But by doing something every day, that's how you're going to get better. Don't let these people tell you that you're going to be awesome or you're going to look like them on 2 to 3 days a week. That is absolute BS. Okay, so that's the number one lie that they tell you. Number 2, that it's okay to cheat on your diet all the time. You deserve it. Don't restrict yourself. That's the way to get an eating disorder. Oh no, God forbid you eat some healthy food. It's so hard. You go, you enjoy your soda, you enjoy your Doritos, blah, 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 blah. That's all BS. You shouldn't be eating processed food. It's garbage, so get rid of it. And I don't give an F about your little feelings. I don't feel bad for you not eating processed food. DS Natural Born Yeti, boom, membership sold. I love it. Thank you very much. I put a link, by the way, up for you for some omega-3s. If you're in Canada and you can't get that brand, look for another good high quality omega-3 brand, but omega-3s can really, really help. So make sure you're on top of that. All right. So thank you for the membership. And remember, your cardiovascular exercise is key. Walks are going to be your best friend. Now, this leads into this too, though, the processed food. Like, listen, I don't feel bad for you giving up processed food. You ever heard of Gordon Ramsay? He's one of the best chefs in the world, one of the best chefs of all time, won some Michelin stars, some James Beard Awards. Like, those are the highest awards a person can get. You think if you go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, he's serving you Doritos for an appetizer? You think if you're getting ice cream, he's getting it from a container? Like, everything there is handmade. So just eat better. Get rid of the fast food Get rid of the garbage. Get rid of the soda. If you're going to have pasta, make it yourself or buy noodles that are literally just made from water and flour, and make sure it's organic, because the non-organic wheat is treated with all kinds of nasty chemicals, glyphosate being like the main offender. But make sure you just eat real food. If you go for pizza, pizza is actually a prime example. By the way, Jody, welcome to the Maximus Squad. Thank you very much. This is an awesome day for membership, so really, really appreciate it. But here's the deal with pizza, right? I love pizza. I mean, who doesn't? But I don't have to go to Domino's. I don't have to go to Little Caesars. I don't have to go to Pizza Hut. I'm actually going to show you something on my phone right now. Let me see here. This is the pizza that I eat. It is in Salt Lake City. Here we go. I'm looking up their Instagram right now. Let's look how good this looks. Right there. All right, there we go. Now we're in focus. It's called Pizzeria Tasso. It's made by two pizza enthusiasts. It's real wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, if you will. Anyway, these brothers, they started this business. They went to Italy for a couple of years. They learned the art of pizza making. They imported the tile in their oven from Italy. They import their flour from Italy. The cheese is made by hand. I like a real Italian bakery. The meat's made by hand. They make their sauce like the basil's grown in their garden. It's absolutely unreal. It's one of the best pizzas you will ever eat. There's another place that's somewhat comparable. It's called Italy. There's a guy named Joe Bastianich, amazing chef. You've seen him on MasterChef, but a great, great chef. Runs Italy. It's some of the best Italian food that you can get outside of Italy. There's one in Vegas. There's one in New York. There's one in LA, but they have absolutely amazing pizza anyway. But you cannot tell me that you'd rather have Little Caesars or Domino's or Pizza Hut as opposed to that. Just go get the real food. So these fitness influencers, like, it's okay to eat your feelings. It's not. Just eat better. And what I'm trying to tell you by that pizza story is you are not suffering at all. So stop cheating on your diet. Like this guy, Richard, and Richard, thank you very much for the super, by the way. And Rachel, I owe you a super. My card's doing something weird and isn't working, but you always got me. I know you always got me, and I really appreciate you. You're always on here, always supporting me. I can see you got your little badge, so thank you very much. And honestly, the only thing I really want you to do, Rachel, is just make your life better for you, your kids. Like, just be happy. Live a better life in all aspects of your life, right? Like your love life, your work life, your workout life. I want every single person who's watching this to just look in the mirror. And I'm not just talking about looks. I'm talking from the inside out. Just love the person you are and that you're becoming. And it's honestly because of clean food. But back to the clean and the working out too. Don't discount that. But back to the clean food thing. Like, you're not suffering eating really good food. You can live a good life. And here's the other thing. We're talking about Richard having to lose, like, weight did we say you were going to go from 225? Oh, it's going to take him 252 days to lose the weight, right? Well, Richard, every time you get sad and you eat your feelings because some fitness influencer told you it's okay, don't restrict, that's awful. You add more days to that total. Now it's not 252. Now it's 253 and 254. And pretty soon it's 500. So, like, just eat right. All right, Jody, Bobby just joined your membership. Can you share how I could start sprinting? I hear about its deadlifts. Not sure how to start at 55-year-old female. Need to lose 50 pounds, new to exercise. Okay, Jody, the first thing is we start by walking, right? We walk, then we jog, then we run, then we sprint. So you got to lose 50 pounds. You got to keep it simple. Like, that can seem like a big mountain to climb, but how do you get rid of a giant pile of dirt in your front yard? There's a giant pile of dirt. Well, you got to take it away a shovel at a time, right? You don't have to do it in one day. Sometimes you take a big shovel and you get a big scoop. Sometimes you take a spoon and it's just a little spoon you're taking away. So the big thing is there's going to be three things that you need to do, Jody, okay, if you want to start sprinting, honestly. Number one, we got to exercise every single day. You feel good today, go exercise hard. You are sore tomorrow, you can barely get out of bed, you can't sit down on the toilet, but you're falling down, you're hurt, then go for a walk, right? And Wednesday, you're still sore, you're still a mess, go for another walk. Thursday, do the same thing. Just start exercising every single day. If we can do that, we are going to kill it. I promise you. I'll get back to the sprinting in a minute, but we're going to cover that off because honestly, losing a bunch of weight is going to help you sprint. Number 2, we want to eat a diet that's completely free of processed food. I just went over all that. All right. And you want to have some form of calorie restriction. I'd like to see you at a max of, I'm going to say 1,800 calories a day. I don't want you more than that, but I don't want you starving yourself either. You don't want to have 13 or 1,400 because that's not good. It's a certain way to crash. So aim for around 1,800 calories a day and eat a lot of high quality protein choices. Your entire diet should honestly be like red meat, really quality fish, really quality chicken, some arugula, some raspberries, some strawberries, some blueberries, a little bit of olive oil, some nuts, some seeds. Like if you did that, you will lose weight fast and then 8 hours sleep a night. So once all that stuff's covered, right, we're going to start month 1 because we're not in a big hurry. Month 1, I just want you to walk. I want you to walk every single day. In fact, even if you work out today, even if you do weights, I still want you to go for a walk. I want you to start walking 30 to 60 minutes every single day on top of your workout habits, right? After a month is over and you're a little conditioned, make sure you have good shoes, then start jogging a little bit. When you go for that 30 to 60 minute walk, 10 minutes of it every day jog. And then the next week, increase it to 11 or 12 minutes every day. And then the next time, increase it to 14 and 15. Well, eventually you'll be jogging for 30 minutes a day. And then you can start to sprint. So just build up. That's a really big oversimplification, but hopefully that makes sense. Jody, thank you for the super, by the way, but respond in the comments and let me know if that makes sense. I want you to start walking for month 1, month 2, jog, and work up to a full jog by the end of month 2. And then month 3, you can start doing some sprints and then you are on your way. I promise you. So the lies fitness influencers tell you that you only got to work out 2 to 3 times a week. That's BS. That you can enjoy and eat your feelings and don't restrict yourself. That's BS because if you want to lose weight, if you want to get better, you got to eat really clean. And the more you cheat, the more you're going to fall apart. And the other lie that they will tell you is that they're drug-free. And I'll tell you right now, you're looking at a person that's genuinely PED and drug-free. I've never taken a PED in my life. I have never taken TRT in my life. But I live a life most people can't hack. I sleep 8 to 9 hours a night. My job is predominantly fitness, so it makes it easier. I've built my life around it. In my house, I have a sauna. I have an ice bath. I can afford the best high quality food, right? And I'm very open about that. There's a lot of people that are like, hey, Bobby, I want to be fit like you. And I'm like, you can't do what I do because you don't have the horsepower. You don't have the bank account. You don't have, and I don't mean bank account literally in terms of dollars. I mean, you don't have a sauna. You don't have an ice bath. You don't have the ability to sleep 8 to 9 hours a night because you have a newborn or you have whatever, or you have a job that you got to wake up early. Like I don't wake up to an alarm clock. So it makes it easier. So one of the lies these fitness influencers will tell you is they're sitting there. They don't have a job. They're on PEDs. They can work out all day, every day, blah, 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 blah. And they're telling you you're at home and you work 40 to 50 hours a week and you got 3 kids and you don't have a sauna, you don't have an ice bath, you're not in any gear. And they're like, you can do this just like I can. You probably can't. You're not going to see the same progress. And even me, like, yes, I've never taken a PED and yes, I've never taken TRT or anything like that. But if I'm sleeping 8 to 9 hours a night in a completely blocked environment, and I have a sauna in my house, and I have an ice bath in my house, and I've got a supplement sponsor, so I don't got to buy that, and I just get it showing up at my door, right, for doing my job. And as part of my job, I go to the gym. Like, you got to understand, my 8-hour day. I'm going to say it starts. I actually work more than 8 hours a day. Actually, I don't even know how to define my work because I've been lucky enough to turn a passion into a hobby. And I'm very honest about that. I'm not going to apologize to anybody for it because I've worked hard. But I wake up without an alarm clock. So this morning I got up at about 7 o'clock in the morning. I went and put myself in an ice bath right out of bed because I'm fortunate enough to have an ice bath in my house. Then I had a protein shake, a multivitamin, some omega-3s, some stuff like that. Then I went to the gym. So you could say my workday started at like 8 o'clock in the morning, right? And so I worked out from 8 to 10. And then after I was done working out, I went to jiu-jitsu, and then I had a great jiu-jitsu session. And then I came home, and yes, I had to do some emails. I had to do some voiceovers. I had to do some video content. I'm doing an IG live, blah, 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 blah right now. But then I'm going to eat again. And then I'm going to work out again. And then I'm going to have a sauna. And then we're going to say at 4 o'clock, that's when my work day ends. It doesn't end because I've got social media and I've got to answer emails and I have a personal training program. I work with people from all over the world. I've got to write their programs. I've got some clerical work. But the point I'm trying to drive home is that from that 8 to 4 time slot, like a normal 8-hour job, I have worked out twice, had an ice bath, and had a sauna where you sat at a desk. You probably can't do the program that I do. Like, that's the reality. So stuff's got to change. So what the real message here is, stop comparing yourself to these 20-year-olds. Stop comparing yourself to these people with no kids. Stop comparing yourself to these people who are on all kinds of PEDs. Stop comparing yourself to these people that have these facilities at their house that you don't have. Now, I could go down a whole thing where you should spend your money on a sauna or an ice bath instead of booze. And yes, that is true. I didn't just wake up and magically there's a sauna in my house. Like, I had to earn it. So let's not make that mistake. And people say, well, I can't afford a sauna or an ice bath, but they'll buy expensive purses, expensive shoes, expensive whatever. That's all BS, right? Like, you can afford the sauna. You can afford the whatever. I think I saw sauna payments. You can get a sauna from, there's a couple of companies, Redwood's one of them, but you can get it for like $125 a month. Stop drinking Starbucks. Like, don't just think that somebody got lucky and got a sauna dropped in their backyard or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, if these people who are these fitness professionals are trying to put yourself in their or they're trying to put themselves in your shoes and they can't. So give yourself a bit of grace. Stop comparing yourself again to the 20-year-old, the person with all the gear, the person with all the stuff, the person with access to a private gym. Like, you got to give yourself a little bit of grace. So those are the top 3 lies fitness influencers tell us. I wanted to go over that. I think this live's been all over the place today, frankly, but it's been a lot of really, really good information. I'm going to wrap up now. Thank you so much for the people. I'm going to scroll down. Jody, thank you for the super. Jody, thank you for joining my Maximus squad. Natural Born Yeti, thank you for joining the squad. Richard, thank you for the super. Ivan Alvarez, Miguel de Silva, thank you for being a part of the squad. Rachel, as always, thank you for their support. Love you all. Use this information for what it is worth. Listen, I might not be like the smartest guy. I'm actually pretty smart, but I might not be the smartest guy. I might not be the fittest guy. I might not be the most jacked. I might not be the most whatever. Like, you can say whatever you want about me. I gave up on people's opinions a long time ago. But one thing you always get from me is real, actual fitness advice that you can use. So work out every day, eat healthy, get your sleep, and understand, and this is the whole purpose of this live, there are no 3 easy payments of $9.99. There are no magic pills. There are no hacks. There are no shortcuts. If you want this, like Richard, you really want to lose this weight, and you said you're going to do it before 250 days. I want to see it. Prove it. Don't talk about it, be about it. But if you really want to do all this stuff, man, you got to work hard for it. It's not going to get dropped in your lap. So stop believing the hype that it's going to be easy. I'm sick of it. I will always give you the real truth and tell you straight. So thanks for coming to my live. You can hear my son in the background. Probably the mic's probably picking him up. My little guy, I'm double dutying as a dad. And yeah, work for it. And one of the things I'd like to sign off for is, I said that, like, my job's to work out, and in a way that's true, but I do a lot of work, man. I'm doing social media. I'm doing these lives. I'm coming up with content. I'm doing filming. I work out really, really hard. I write programs. I double duty as a dad in the day. Like I do a lot of stuff, but I've worked for it. And that's the key. The one thing I've learned in my career is if you work for it, good things will happen. And if it's not happening for you, if you're not living the life you want, if you're not living the dream that you want, look in the mirror. Chances are you need to work harder. That is always the answer, more and harder and better. So thank you for the live. Jody, thank you very much. And signing off, I will see you next time. And hopefully you are loving this new camera. I absolutely love it. Oh, by the way, check out Rivendell in the background. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of this. There we go. Right there. Rivendell. It's our favorite Lego set. We built it. It took us hours and hours and hours. So what are you going to do? Anyway, have a great day. I'm going down rabbit holes now. Love you all. Thanks for coming by my live. And thank you to all my Maximus squad members for the support.
Dad, look what Jax did.